All right, so you'd like to get into property investing. It's a good decision. I've got a property business I've been running about 20 years. I'm active in 3 countries, but my biggest presence is in the UK. And as long as you approach property properly, meaning running it as a business, it's an excellent way to build a side hustle. Everyone needs a side hustle. Property can help you achieve a passive income and possibly financial independence. I achieved financial independence way back in 2002, and now I just work for fun. I do a job I really enjoy. But before you leap, you need to learn a few rules that will help you evaluate deals. We're also going to look at property do's and don'ts in this series of videos. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do so, and you won't miss an update. Now, the 1% rule is a very useful calculation that will help you quickly determine if you should look closer at a deal. So we're going to talk about the 1% rule, detail how it's used, and how it might impact deals you're presented with. Because once your name gets out there as a property buyer, you're going to be hearing from all sorts of folks with all sorts of deals. And no, I've never been offered a yacht. Usually I get offered crappy timeshares and things like that. But in any case, you need tools to help you evaluate. The 1% rule is extremely simple, and it will tell you if a property is likely to be a good deal or not. The 1% rule suggests that the monthly gross rent should be less than or equal to 1% of the property's total purchase price. Now, total purchase price includes all legal and title charges, as well as any renovations you might have to do to get the property rentable. The 1% rule isn't an absolute barrier, rather it's a screen. If a property fails the 1% rule, it probably isn't worth your time. But if a property does pass this first test, you can proceed to make further, more detailed inquiries about the property, the title, get a surveyor in there, all the good stuff that you need to do before you can arrive at a yes/no decision to buy the property. Now, part of the reason I like the 1% rule is calculating it is very, very simple. And sometimes simple things are better. We know this. All you do is you multiply the total purchase price of the property by 1% or by 0.01. Let's look at a simple example. If you can purchase a property for $90,000 and it requires another $10,000 for legal fees and perhaps renovations, your total purchase price will be $100,000. Now, 1% of $100,000 is $1,000. And this represents the minimum monthly rent that you need to achieve on that property, so it'll pass the 1% rule. You look at similar properties, you realize the property can be rented only for $500 a month. It fails the 1% rule. But if you could rent this property for $1,100 a month, it passes the 1% rule. So is the 1% rule realistic? Well, it's an effective first hurdle. And like many rules, it has both pros and cons. Let's look at them. Pros of the 1% rule. Well, you can quickly assess a property's possible profitability. It allows you to make a fast comparison against rental rates, and it provides a very simple way to evaluate a possible purchase. Cons of the 1% rule. Well, first of all, it's not a complete picture. It doesn't consider growth in rent. It doesn't consider repairs or expected cost. It doesn't consider location. Finally, the 1% rule is a simple tool. It's possible to make money on a property that fails the 1% rule, but it will be because of capital appreciation, or what we mean by that is an increase in property prices. And that, my friends, is the topic of another video. All the best on your property journey.